Welcome to our daily reflection for this Tuesday, July 1st. And today I'm heading to a mission in Nigeria, so I ask for your prayers. Going to keynote a catechetical conference for the laity and help empower the laity and help get formed in Nigeria. So please pray for that intention today. Now, the reading today I want to take is the gospel where Jesus is in the boat and a storm comes up. And the apostles are working through the storm. And I love it. Jesus has been working and spending himself so intensely in his mission and ministry and caring for people that he's exhausted and he's asleep in the boat, even during a violent storm. Now, of course, remember Jesus, we see he gets up very early before dawn to pray because his days are so busy. The only time he has to pray is very early before dawn. And so Jesus isn't getting much sleep. And he has a body, and that body is tired as a man, and he's exhausted even in the storm. And I love how the disciples wake him up in the midst of the storm because they think the boat's taking on more and more water, and it's gotten to a point where they're in a panic. They don't think they're going to survive this storm, that they're going to lose the ship. And so they wake Jesus saying, "Lord, save us, we're perishing." Right? So, Lord, save us, we're perishing. That's a tough way to wake up. And Jesus gets up and he rebukes the wind and he rebukes the waves. And they obey him and they become completely calm and peaceful. Now, if you've ever been on a storm in the waters, rolling waves, I've been in a couple, and it's troubling and it's frightful. You think you're going to go under the waves, and your boat will be capsized. And I can imagine the terror that the apostles have. And Peter, whose pride of being a fisherman, and he's a boatsman, and he was losing control of his boat. And yet they cry out to Jesus, and he rebukes the wind and the sea. Now think about the wind and the sea. With all of our technology and ability today, we don't have any control over the wind, and we have no control to stop and control the waves. The waves of the water and the wind, these are the two most uncontrollable forces of nature. Think of a tornado, think of a hurricane. We know the damage that these things can do, right, in the water. And the men are amazed at what Jesus does, and they ask a question that we are to ponder. What sort of man is this, that even the wind and the seas obey him, right? The sea and the wind, the two most potent forces of nature, and they immediately heed and obey this man from Nazareth. Who is he? What does this mean? And then Jesus says, "O men of dinky faith," right? Why did you lose faith? Why did you fear, right? And oftentimes we are afraid of so many things, but we forget that God is the creator. We forget what sort of man this Jesus of Nazareth is. And so we shouldn't be afraid. So let's put our trust and faith in Jesus and reflect on this question. What sort of man is this? And why do we have such dinky faith? May the Lord bless and keep you.